Hello, everybody. My name is Ken. Welcome to Pencil Spotting here at the Spooky Pizza Gift Shop. Finally getting caught up on things, and so we're getting into this box that our good friend Eddie sent us to try out some of these pencils. And there's a huge selection in here, so I'm only going to be able to try out 3 or 4 of them at the moment. But we do have our usual gang of suspects here. So I have a steno pad. This is an Office Depot steno pad with kind of light green paper in it, and it's not bad paper. It's pretty good. This is a one-subject, cheapy, college-ruled school notebook, which I believe I bought at Meijer. This was made in Vietnam, and sometimes I have good luck with those products. This is the Pen and Gear heavyweight paper notebook, and these are actually nice. They're a little bit more expensive. They're 100 sheets, but they do write really nicely, and they're good for gel pens and stuff because they don't bleed through. And then I just have some standard printer paper, some copy paper. So I need to pick some pencils out of here to write with. So I'm going to try. This is the General's Semi-Hex. Because I think I've used General's pencils before, but I don't remember this one, and I'm not sure what semi-hex means because hex means 6 and semi means half. So you would think that it's, just 3 sides, but it's not. So there's also this Unison Graphite Force number 2, and I'm trying to remember the name of this Unison brand where I've seen this before, because I know I've seen it before. I will put some information in the show notes down below if you read those. Also have this Sanford American pencil. These are all number 2 pencils. So these two, the Generals and the Sanford, say that they were made in the United States. The Graphite Force does not say where it's made. And what else am I going to try here? Let's see. Oh, here's an Empire Integrity pencil, number 2, also made in the USA. So that gives us 4, and you'll notice all of these guys need sharpening, but I do want to take a look real quick and see, do those leads look fairly well centered to you? I think they do to me. If I were going to have my doubts about any of them, it might be the Unison one, but he seems to be, that's this guy here, and he seems to look pretty good. So I'm going to be back in just a bit after sharpening these guys, and we'll start trying things out. See you in a minute. Okay, I ran these through my electric pencil sharpener. They all took a very nice point without too much of an issue, except this Unison Graphite Force, man, really kind of bogged the pencil sharpener down. Like, it really wanted to dig in. And one of these days I'll have to get my pencil sharpeners out here because I have a couple of electric ones that are easy to demonstrate. I have a manual one, a Carl pencil sharpener that has to clamp onto the edge of something like it's like this, and so I have to figure out how to demonstrate that. So I'm going to start off with this Unison one, and let's start off with our regular old steno pad here. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit, so things are going to go shaky for a little bit. Because this is a cheap video camera and it does not have a remote. So that would be the dream, wouldn't it? But anyway, so this is Unison Graphite Force number 2. And again, does not say on here where it was made, but it's pretty nice. It has a nice dark line. It writes smoothly. The Quick Fox. Oops. I can't spell. It's a hot day. My brain is not working right. Over the Lazy Brown Dog. And if I remember, finally, this is called a Pangram. This paper is probably not super great for pencils because it's, I think it works better with pens, but this is not bad. It's got a nice darkish line. It's not the darkest thing I've ever seen for a number 2 pencil. But let's grab our school notebook here and see what we have here. So this is, again, see, it sharpened with an angle. So if I go one side, it's Unison. Yes, I'm thinking Unison, like the sleeping tablets. Unison graphite force. That sometimes happens with a new pencil. You get a little bit of an angle on it, and so you can make a nice thick line, or you can make a really thin line. This writes even nicer. This is the cheap one too. This was the one that I think I bought like 10 years ago when they were like 4 for $1 or something. They're 45 cents now. Thank you, inflation. So this is good. I like this one. I was wondering, the quick fox jumped over lazy brown dog. And the only reason the dog is lazy is so that we can get that letter Z in there. So this is kind of nice. It writes even better on this cheaper paper. So we're going to try the fancy Walmart one. And I got to admit, I'm still rather impressed with these. So this is the Unison. Oh my, that's nice. I've got to find some information about this company. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is writing really, really nicely. Number 2. Yes, I like this. I was going to try to write something in Japanese, but I don't know Japanese. So let's see how it does with just drawing. We'll try to get, take 5 boxes. See if we can get a really dark tone in this one. And that's a matter of how hard you press, and then a very light tone in this one. And, this is not what a regular writing pencil is for. I'm bad at this. This is not what a regular writing pencil is for, necessarily. But you want to see, can you get a fairly good gradient of tones there? And I think so. I think this is less my skill. Like I said, it's a hot day. I've been out running errands, and it's just Unison. I keep thinking about the sleeping tablets. I probably need to take a nap. So this is graphite force. These are all number 2 pencils. So I like this one. I like this one a lot. I would buy it. I would buy these. I would not mind buying these in a store. So I will keep an eye out for these and see if I can figure out prices. So, oops, hang on. See, I wrinkled my paper all up. So the next one I want to try is Empire Integrity. For the simple reason, I remember as a kid, Empire used to sell a lot of stuff like pencils and pencil sharpeners. And you could buy them at the grocery store. I know, because I did. And obviously they were going to be a lot cheaper in those days. So this one sharpened really nicely. So we're going to see what we got here. Ooh. Empire Integrity. Oops. It's smooth. It's smooth. It's dark. The only reason the fox is quick, the quick fox, oops, jumped over the lazy brown dog. The only reason the fox is quick is so that we can get the letter Q in there. This is the real test for me, is this little steno pad, because this is not super great paper. Even though this is from Office Depot, and these were kind of pricey. I don't remember how much I spent for them. They were on sale, and I had a coupon, so I'm like, yeah, we'll try some of those, because they're good for taking notes from projects you're working on. But yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see how it does on a cheap. Ooh. Number 2. These are all number 2s. I said that before, didn't I? Okay, this one does actually say it's made in the USA. This is very smooth. I'm getting like just the right amount of feedback from the paper. You know, you don't want something that's like so smooth it's like going over ice, because you can't really tell where your pencil is then. But you don't want something that's like really grabbing the paper. So this is you know, you're getting some tactile feedback as you write. So this one's nice. Empire, integrity. Oh, the better the paper, the more I like it. I like that. I like that. This would not be a bad school pencil. Let's see if we can do this. Again, this is not a fair test because I am not an artist. So we're just gonna draw 5 little boxes. I'm not even going to call them squares because I can't even pretend that these are squares. Yeah, see, this guy's a little darker. See, I'm able to lay some heavy black down with that right there. He has a finer point, though, than the graphite force did. So, but I don't think that's as dark as that one. So let me see if I can go somewhere in the middle, in a middle tone. And then split the difference. Yeah, I'm having, I guess, a slightly more difficult time. It has more to do with the pencil point on it than anything. You know, if you are drawing with a wile, you never really want to get a super sharp pencil when you're drawing and sketching because it's harder to do some things like this. But these are not art pencils, but I am able to get a certain amount of gradations of tone here, so I can live with that. So we're gonna move everything back, and let's look at this General's semi-hex. You know what? No, let's look at this Sanford. We're gonna save the Generals for last. This is a Sanford American, HB number 2. This is the worst paper I have here. Oh, these are very similar pencils. And I am writing kind of sloppy. This one does not seem to be as soft or as dark as the others. And that's kind of interesting because, you know, they're all number 2 pencils, but there's no, I don't know that there's any kind of regulation that says exactly how hard a number 2 pencil has to be, exactly how much clay to graphite is in there. So I do notice quite a bit of variation from between number 2 pencils from time to time. So let's go on to our cheap school notebook. I got fuzz all over this table. Are we in frame? It's nice. It's nice. USA number 2. Is it my favorite? The quick, I'm doing it wrong. The quick, I'm leaving out words. Quick Fox. Did I mention it's like 90 degrees today? So. It gets a little bit better on better paper. It's not my favorite of the 3 so far. It's definitely 3rd place. I'd have to say I like the Integrity number 2 the best so far, followed by the Unison Graphite Force, and then the Sanford American is my 3rd place choice. But they're very close. So it's not a photo finish by any means, but they're pretty close. And then here on our really good notebook paper, Sanford American number 2. You know, it's actually called the American, so I would be disappointed if it weren't made in the USA. But there are things that are like that. So, yeah, it's doing okay. Still not the best of the 3 so far. So let's go back to see if we can do any sketching with this one. and get our 5 boxes. And I have a funny feeling, I'm not going to say, I have a funny feeling about this though, so let me, well, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's not as easy to do with this one. I thought it was going to be easier. I started over here because I thought it'd be easier to get a light tone with this and work backward, but I could tell right away it's not. And I'm noticing, like, you probably can't see it, okay? But I'm feeling like little clumps in here, like little tiny hardened bits of clay, maybe, or wax, or something that's not uniform in the makeup of this pencil lead. So it's not enough for me to go, oh, get rid of it. But it is enough for me to notice it. So right now, that's number 3. So now, generals. Generals are pretty high quality pencils, to be honest with you. This is a bonded lead. And what bonded means is that the lead is actually glued to the wood slats. It's not just a line in there. So this is the semi-hex 498-2, and I'm kind of impressed with this. And this is an HB, so I'm not really comparing apples to oranges. It does say soft, so I'm expecting really great things, and that's why I decided to save this one for the last. But I mean, they have. You can't really quite. Well, there you go. See, it's foil. It's foil. It's shiny like that. So this is a softer lead, though. So this is probably going to do better on the cheap paper and on the drawing test. So let's see what we get here. So yeah, that is definitely darker. And this is an HB. Over the lazy brown dog. It is darker. There's a lot of contrast between the Sanford, which is the lightest of them all, and this one, which you expect to be the darkest of them all. And it pretty much is. Not by much. But I will tell you, I have a 0.5 millimeter what do you call it? Pencil, artificial pencil. The kind that takes little leads that you put in. I forget what they're called. And I always buy HB leads. I think they just work better with that smaller lead size. Things come out darker and easier to see. So this is our cheap one, our cheap notebook again. And that's definitely smooth. Semi-hex. I made a weird H. I like it. It's weird, though. This is the HB. I'm tempted to say number 2 again, so. Yeah, that's nice. It's very nice. It's very smooth. So here we have our Walmart fancy paper one. If you've never tried these, they're like $1.47. So they're pretty good. I'm impressed. Generals. Am I in frame? Yes. Generals semi-hex. Now the thing is, because this is softer than the others, you will go through it faster. So the softer the pencil, the quicker it goes away. So that is nice. That is very, very nice. This is not a fair test, though. I tend to like a softer pencil anyway. So here's going to be the test. So generals. We dare not call these squares. They are square-like entities. So this should be really easy to get lots and lots of. Not bad, not bad. Go quickly. Yeah, yeah. I split the difference. Like I said, I'm not an artist, but I do want to see if I can get a gradation of tones here. And kind of, but not much. Not much. I think the best one for this exercise is probably either the Unison Graphite Force or the Empire Integrity. These two down here, this General's semi-hex is really too soft to get super light tones. But look at that, you can smudge it really easily. So because it is a softer lead, there's more graphite than clay in it. So if that is something you were going to do, this would be your pencil. If you're just going to use ordinary writing pencils for drawing pencils, this one is definitely the one you would want to go with. These other ones are not going to smudge as easily necessarily. But anyway, so there we are. There we have it. So my favorite pencil would definitely be the General Semi-Hex, and that's mostly because it's a softer pencil. It's an HB. And look at this ferrule. They put a nice little stripe on there. So, and I like softer pencils. So this is not a fair comparison at all. But this is definitely at the top. If I had to pick one after that, like I said, I think the Sanford American would be at the bottom of my list. And then I think the Empire Integrity would be first place, and the Graphite Force would be second place. So if you're comparing apples to oranges, the General Semi-Hex comes out on top. If you're comparing apples to apples, it's the Empire Integrity, the Graphite Force, and then the Sanford American. But these guys are very, very close. So it's like 195-90. It's not like 170-30. So there we go. So I'm going to use these up, and I'm gonna see how they sharpen in my little. Who makes this one? It says Elmer's Products on the bottom. I think this was not Fiskars. I forget. But anyway, I will sharpen them up in this. And I have thoughts on the designs of pencil sharpeners, and there's a reason why this one works so well. So I will make a video about that because, yeah, there's a reason, and it has all to do with the design of this barrel. So I'll try to get that. I'll try to get that one out soon because I have a couple of other pencil sharpeners I want to try out. So, yeah, so there we go. 4 of the mini pencils that Eddie sent me. We will eventually get around to trying the rest of these. So thank you, Eddie, again, for sending the nice gift of all these pencils. I'm sorry it's taken so long for me to get around to reviewing some of them. I think I am going to save. These are the ones see, there's a General's that's at number 2. I should have used that one. And it was already sharpened. But I think I am going to save the Black Wings for last. Because these are the pencils that John Steinbeck wrote novels with. So, but yes, so I will be back with more of these pencil reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks again, Eddie. See you next time. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, please feel free to hit the like button. But if you have a question or a comment, please go ahead and leave one of those. I do read everything that I get, and I would love to respond to you. So until next time, have a great day, have a great week, and be careful out there.